For my midterm project, I decided to take a look at one of my favorite brands, which is Red Bull, and dive into what their social media accounts look like. So I'm going to start with just a tiny bit of background on the company before I dig into their other social media accounts. So Red Bull was founded in the mid 1980s. The first can of Red Bull was sold on April 1st, 1987 in Austria, which is where it was founded. Their sponsorship and activation techniques began in 1989. They did a 1 year sponsorship of a shirt for the Austrian football team. And today, Red Bull is available in 171 countries, and over 62 billion cans of Red Bull have been consumed. And that's that. And so, one of the reasons I love Red Bull is because of their involvement when it comes to sponsorship. I work for the company that sells the Huskers sponsorship, so for Nebraska Athletics. So I find everything they're doing here to be really interesting. So the main categories that Red Bull sponsors are winter sports, motorsports, gaming, biking, aerial sports, water sports, and culture. And that would include just different events, festivals, concerts, that kind of thing. So up here in the corner, there's kind of a quick glimpse into some of the popular hashtags that Red Bull uses. If you go on their website, there's a whole list sorted out by category of popular hashtags. But like I said, these are just a few of the popular ones, so you can stay connected in different categories with Red Bull. Red Bull's brand positioning, it's much more about selling drinks. So their sponsorship, marketing, and branded content doesn't have to do with selling drinks. They're mainly well known for their involvement in extreme sports. They were able to take ownership of teams and individual athletes and endorse them in the sport while indirectly promoting their brand. So they're not going to these events saying, hey, buy Red Bull. They are kind of pasting their logo on everything and associating their brand with these extreme sports and events. Their brand identity, they are an enabler of thrilling events, sponsoring, and being involved with extreme sports. Red Bull's social strategy. Red Bull has their own multimedia company called Red Bull Media House, and in that they have Red Bull TV, where viewers can watch all live events and ranging brand content direct from the Red Bull channel. And the Red Bull Media House fully integrates social media marketing into every project that they do. Like I said prior, it's not about promoting just the products, it's about promoting the entire brand. And all aspects of their marketing mix focus on the consumer. Their posts are authentic and personal, and this integrated approach allows the brand to be comprehensive and flexible. This is the social media directory. So if you go onto their website, you'll see this page. There's a lot more accounts. So there's the Red Bull main account, and then there's a ton of little, I wouldn't call them little, but smaller accounts within them, more specialized to different categories like Red Bull Racing and Red Bull Cliff Diving. And so here's just a glimpse at what some of them have. The main Red Bull account has a Facebook, a Twitter, an Instagram, and up top here you can see, looks like they have a Google Plus. They have a Snapchat, which I tried to follow. So yeah, that's what all of these accounts have going for them. So for each social media platform that I looked at, I did kind of a by the numbers thing just to see how many followers they have. So on Instagram, they have 7.4 million followers, 8,800 following, and 3,800 posts. So on Instagram, they post a lot more video than photos. They do Instagram stories and live videos, which is cool because with the live videos, you can, see what's happening live. But one thing about live Instagram stories is they don't stay, like they don't archive like Facebook Live does. So you can't go back and watch them, but does notify you when people that you follow are live, so you can check that out. They keep up with trends very well. I'll give an example of this in a second. And their captions are very short and sweet. Sometimes they kind of invite followers to answer a question or something like that. And they use hashtags, allowing them to connect in their community with people who are interested in, whatever it is the photo or video relates to. And they do tag other Red Bull accounts and the Red Bull athletes that are in the photos. So this first photo over here on the left, when you search Red Bull, there are a ton of accounts that come up. So Red Bull Cliff Diving, I actually follow them. One of my favorite Red Bull accounts. There's Red Bull TV, there's the main account, there's accounts for different countries. So you can kind of pick and choose which one you want to follow. I follow the main account for this week. So this is a screenshot of when you go to their page. You can see that literally every post that they've posted has been a video, which has its pluses and minuses. I think that the video does a really good job of capturing the extreme things they're doing. Sometimes a photo doesn't quite, show truly what it is they're doing. So then the next photo is a photo of their Instagram story, and this is what I meant by they keep up with trends very well. Fidget spinners are very trendy right now, which I think is kind of funny, but they were at this Roskilde festival, and the Instagram story was basically this person who's in charge of the video fidget spinning in front of different parts of the festival. So this is in front of like the campground. They were spinning in front of the concert. They were spinning just in a bunch of different areas. So I think that's really fun that they are incorporating things that are trendy like that. And this last photo is a screenshot of a post just to show you some of their captions. So this guy's kayaking down a river. The caption says Masters of the River, tags the athlete in it. And like I said, they use hashtags. So if you're interested in kayaking, you might know what Hookah Falls is, you've been to New Zealand, whatever, you can see this post on any of those hashtags. So creating a community and trying to reach a bunch of different people. So their Facebook, by the numbers, they have 46 million likes and 47 million followers. And just like Instagram, they post a lot of video over photos. Many of the videos they share are the same as on Instagram. One thing that's cool is they do 360 videos, so it kind of makes you feel like you're actually in the action. You can spin around and see, the 360 view of what's going on. So a lot of these events take place around the world. You can't be at them, but they allow you to really feel like you're there in a 360 video. They do boost and promote their posts. Sometimes, the organic engagement isn't enough, but I will say that on Facebook, posts with pictures and videos receive 2.3 times more engagement than those without, and organic engagement is higher with posts with videos by 13.9% and photos by 13.7%, and that information is just from the slides from class. So they are receiving a lot more organic engagement by posting photos and videos. Their Twitter, by the numbers, they have 2.16 million followers. They follow 28.4 thousand people, and they have almost 89,000 posts. All of their posts include photos or videos. They retweet content from other Red Bull accounts, honestly more than they curate their own content, but they do post a variety of things from sports to festivals to their products, and I think this is smart since this is the main account. They have to appeal to all of those different groups. People aren't, if people want to just know about biking or whatever, they would go follow that Red Bull account. So they definitely have to appeal to all of those audiences. I'll just click on this really fast and we can see, you can see here they're just retweeting a ton. This is some of their original content, inviting people to respond. Where are your wings taking you? To me, some people could post a picture of their Red Bull wherever they are. They're retweeting Red Bull Esports as a video. Red Bull TV, Red Bull Games. This is one of their Red Bull athletes. And I want to scroll down to show you, maybe not. Red Bull does blog too, and I'm going to mention that in a little bit, but they share some of their blogs. So that is Red Bull's Twitter. So a couple other things I want to touch on is you can sign up for email marketing, and I know this is something we talked about in class, that a lot of people mentioned it can often spam your inbox. I signed up to see kind of what it looked like, and I have yet to receive an email, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I was kind of expecting a welcome email, but what's I think is cool about it is you can check your interests. So me, I personally am not interested in music and culture as much as I am as the extreme sports. So I just clicked sports, and I'm guessing that they're going to provide me with kind of snapshots of the sporting events that are happening in the coming weeks or coming months and kind of keep me updated with results from ones in the past. But like I said, I haven't received an email yet, so I guess we will wait and see. So I was expecting to scroll past a blog on Twitter, which probably is something I will recommend that they share more, but they do blog, and it's called the Red Bulletin. And so on their website, you can go onto the Red Bulletin and they blog about different events. So you see here, this is a cultural blog about their festival highlights. This is an advertisement for Red Bull. And then just different, sorry about that, just different information about what's happening. So dangerous hiking trails if you like hiking, some of the prettiest trails, sports arenas to go, things like that. They hike about it, or they blog about a ton of different content. So my overall social strategy thoughts, I thought it was very cohesive across all platforms. They definitely follow a brand guide very well. They have very unique content. They create very cool videos, and even just their Snap or their Instagram stories I thought was very unique. It appeals to a wide range of people, especially the way they use hashtags and invite people into communities. And like I said, they're sponsoring so many different things from festivals to sports to, concerts, whatever. They're appealing to so many different people, and they're able to keep up with industry trends really well. So some of my recommendations, I think it would be beneficial if they condensed into fewer accounts. I understand that, content in Brazil is going to be different than content in Ireland, but when I was following, I was almost like, what account do I follow? And so I think that that could be a good idea for them. And I mentioned making sure they have, or they post to accounts that they have. So I followed their Snapchat and they did not post a single Snapchat. So I would say either delete it if you're not going to use it because it doesn't look so positively on their brand. Just making sure you're using what you have. And I mentioned to share blogs on more than just Twitter. Blogging, according to our class slides, is a very good asset to social media marketing. So 4% of social media marketers use visual assets, and this is just ahead of blogging and video posts. So blogging can be a really good tool, and it kind of just is a different way to take people behind the scenes and share related content to Red Bull. And one more comment that I had was creating conversation among the audience. So inviting people to respond or tweet back or comment, and sharing, consumers' posts instead of just retweeting what your athletes are doing, retweeting what your other brands are doing. I think interacting with the audience is really smart idea and get people talking. So those are my recommendations, my overall thoughts on the brand. And I do think Red Bull is doing a really good job. I think that they put out really interesting content, and I think that they're just a super cool brand in general. So they have that leg up on some other social media accounts, is that they have really intriguing videos to share and photos to share. So these are my sources. On top of that, I referenced the class PowerPoints a few times. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.